Paramount Plus buys Warner Brothers. Last time we talked about this, the Warner Brothers board was voting against Paramount in December, and the board unanimously rejected the offer because they felt it was inadequately financed and riskier than Netflix one. They promised an all-cash offer about $30 per share to purchase of the Warner Bros. Discovery outright. Paramount financing reportedly involved debt backing from private trusts, which Warner says lacked the credibility and backstop that Netflix offered. So Netflix and Warner Brothers signed a definitive agreement December 5th for Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers, their film, TV, streaming, HBO Max, and the regular HBO, and other assets in the deal valued of $82.7 billion at the time, about $72 billion in equity due to the value of $59 billion in debt financing. As of the 27th, I believe, Paramount Plus Skydance struck a new deal that was higher bid than to buy out all of Warner Brothers, which was $110 billion, roughly $31 per share in cash, including the entire company, not just the studios or the streaming, the entire company outright. Paramount upgraded this original offer significantly. Paramount then just sit still after being rejected. It sweetened the proposal multiple ways that ultimately addressed many of the board's earlier concerns. $31 per share all cash offer to acquire the entire company, not just a studio and streaming like Netflix. Committed to pay a $2.8 billion termination fee owed to Netflix, the Warner Twisted deal, reducing a downside exposure. Added financial incentives such as ticking fee, basically extra cash per share if the deal takes longer, and additional assurances regarding the debt financing. Together, these structural upgrades made Paramount's bid cleaner and more certain and removed key risks that the board had cited earlier. What are your thoughts, Money?
My thoughts, man. So I'm gonna let everybody know I actually have HBO Max. So when I seen this, I was wondering, okay, what's gonna happen to HBO Max? Because I know with when Disney bought Hulu, it became a package deal. When Netflix was gonna buy HBO Max, right? It was going to become like, HBO Max has their own thing, Netflix has their own thing, right? So I was like wondering what's going to happen. Well, I got the news, and I'll say, to me, I think that this deal makes Paramount Plus a much more competitive platform because they were, to me, slacking behind Netflix, Disney, all the other bigger, streaming devices, streaming services. And heck, I would have took Tubi over Paramount Plus because because Tubi also has the older anime like Static Shock and Code Name Kids Next Door and those type of shows. So I'll say it makes it more competitive. I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna say so. Since I was talking about HBO Max, it looks like with this merger, they plan to merge HBO Max content into Paramount Plus, and so it's going to create a combined, more competitive platform, which includes a library of HBO, Showtime, CBS, and Paramount content, making it a much more higher price subscription fee, but it'll also make it a stronger streaming service. And to me, they needed this because nobody's really buying Paramount as much as these other companies. And then people are like, well, they may go way up in price. I'm like, and somebody said, no, Netflix has set the market. If anyone goes higher above Netflix, people more than likely aren't going to buy them. So I'm like, they'll probably be, to me, I think they'll be about $15, maybe. I'll say at the beginning, I think they will make sure to, be lower, probably 10 at the beginning to get people to, want to check it out. But after that, 15. What's your feelings?
Well, you don't make this deal if you don't think you're going to recoup your money. You know what I'm saying? You spent $110 billion. That means you have a plan mapped out that in X amount of time, you're going to make your money back and some. And I think, if they make theirs more affordable, that could definitely change the game. Obviously, I don't think they'll be as low as $10 a month. But I think Netflix originally was $10 a month. That's like 20, I believe, or 18 or something like that. So if they can come in under Netflix, People might start switching. And so I just think this whole thing is kind of wild how it came about, because it was so many reportings, and it was once again a unanimous board decision that we're good. There's too many plot holes in that, and the fact that Paramount said, "All right, bet, let me tie up all these loose ends and then bring in a bigger offer," to the point where they had Encore Alternatives LLC, which is an activist investor, began publicly pushing shareholders on the board to consider Paramount as a superior proposal, meaning it could yield economic value more than the Netflix agreement. They even threatened to proxy fight the board if they did not engage more fully in the Paramount offer, increasing pressure on directors to maximize the shareholders' returns. When Paramount revised that offer, that $31 per share, and it was structured reduced to execution, Warner Bros. Officially determined it to constitute a superior proposal under the Netflix merger agreement. That legal designation is important. Warner Brothers triggered the matching right clause in the Netflix deal, giving Netflix time to counter. Netflix chose not to raise their bid, saying doing so was financially unattractive. As a result, Paramount's bid became the winner. So, wrap it all up. Originally, Netflix deal seemed safer and provided more strategic value for shareholders, and Paramount's early bill looked less certain and close and riskier to finance. Now, Paramount improved its offer by increasing a cash per share, covering the breakup fees from having to get out of that definitive agreement with Netflix, offering financial guarantees and incentives, activist investors pushing them to reconsider. Regulatory signals suggest that Paramount might also actually clear hurdles more easily. Netflix declined to match the offer, ultimately led to the board's shifting was arbitrary, and it was weighed the risk value certainly after Paramount stepped up its bid.
I'm gonna say this.
But the fact that they said,
I'm gonna say this. I think Netflix just looked at it and they were like, besides studios and everything, what do we really gain from this compared to how much better, like all that Paramount can gain from this? Because Paramount also gets CNN. They also get the Discovery Channel and all that stuff.
the Discovery Channel, exactly, that's huge. That whole thing, and then the
Yeah.
Netflix deal, Discovery Channel was just going to become its own entity. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
But now they're
And
getting Discovery Channel. They're getting the entire company. There's no nooks and crannies not being turned.
CNN is the big thing. I'm surprised they were able to, up it and get CNN. And for everybody who don't
Exactly.
know, we talked about this almost 10 episodes ago on podcast 34. For it to
Oh,
later
wow.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because me and you both thought it was, we're like, yeah, man, Netflix. I was telling
It was
people,
a
hey,
done
you might
deal.
want
They
to
signed
check
a
out.
definitive agreement.
Yeah, we're like, hey, you might want to check out the deal, get Netflix stock and stuff. I still think Netflix stock is undervalued. But I'll say what this changes the game with Paramount
But
if
for
they make it
Netflix to come up
affordable.
$20 billion and they're not getting the net return, and I think the way it works too, I may be mistaken here, but I believe if they matched the offer, they weren't still getting the same return. So even if they matched Paramount's offer, I don't think they would get Discovery, because their original was like Discovery wasn't included.
Yeah, or
So I
CNN.
think Netflix, yeah. So Netflix was like, it's not worth it, which I totally agree with them. If we're not getting the same offer that they're getting, why should I even match that? We're gonna pay
Makes
you
no sense.
more money for less. It's ridiculous. It made no sense. I completely understand Netflix pulling out. Paramount really believed that they can make some money off this, and I mean, who's smarter than the billionaire? So
Here's something we're not talking about. So what is Paramount going to do with all these DC characters? Because I think they made a deal because they seen that, hey, we can make some money making some more Batman, Superman, Blue Beetle. They might come out with a Static Shock movie. Hey Jay, you got your pitch for Static Shock? They come out with it.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they, are more invested in the DC world or Marvel, whatever. I'm not a superhero person movie, so forgive me, fan viewers at home.
DC,
but
Jay.
whatever Warner Brothers, they control DC. Okay, whatever it was, it could lead to more films, but they just shelled out a lot of cash. So it'll be the opposite. They might end up not doing some of them, or they might be cutting corners. We'll see. That's a lot of money.
Jay, here's something. What if they decide to make some movies or make some things using AI? How would you feel about that?
Who wants to see that, bro? AI is
I,
already getting out of hand now. I wouldn't want to watch an AI movie.
I'm just saying. You said they're cutting corners.
That'd be
Hey,
terrible.
we never know.
Well, it will leak that it's AI. At some point, they're going to inform us AI, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So,
Yeah, I'll say to me, the deal is better to Paramount. They get like we said, they get this stronger thing with CBS, with getting Discovery, which is huge,
I think
especially
that's
when we're
huge.
kids.
Totally agree with you. Big deal.
Um,
Discovery Channel is a big deal.
and it makes. Do you think it makes their platform much more, willing to
Attractive?
attractive? Yeah, much more willing to buy it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Because it's funny because I had a trial, a little week trial, and there's a bunch of stuff on there, and it I didn't realize how much Paramount had until I had the week trial. And now with this happening, they're going to absorb HBO. I'm thinking about getting it, man. Because right
Me
now I have
too.
Hulu. I might switch from Hulu to Paramount Plus.
Jay, I might have to because I have Paramount and my wife, she loves what's good, Rod. She loves the HBO shows, the fixer uppers and all that. So I'm like, hey, we might have to invest in it. And then she's saying they
Right.
have AI singers.
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of stuff AI. There was a commercial for during the Super Bowl, one of them that was like entirely AI, and like a lot of people didn't know, they thought it was the actual people, but no, it was an AI commercial, and they launched it during the Super Bowl. So yeah, and the thing with AI too is getting better. I think that's the part that's more concerning. It's getting
Yes,
better and it's getting harder to tell that it's AI.
that's a fact. That is a total fact. Hey, do you think with this deal that they would ever be able to eventually take over the market for Netflix or Disney Plus?
I won't say fully. I think Disney, yeah, because I think Disney's more known for the classics, man. Like Disney got a bunch of movies from our childhood that we're like, yo, Disney's not pumping out this no more like that. We get a good Disney movie once every 4 years or so, if that.
Hmm.
What's the last good Disney movie you seen?
I can't remember the last Disney movie I seen.
Exactly. So it's been a while. So I think they can overpass Disney because Disney's nostalgia.
Hmm.
Netflix is ever growing. When the last time you watched
Yes,
Netflix?
bro, I'm
You
watching
watched
Netflix
Netflix
right
probably a couple
now,
hours ago.
bro. I'm
Exactly.
watching. Hey,
Same.
I
I watched
watched
Netflix a couple hours ago. So yeah.
the Lincoln Lawyer. I'm on that, bro. I'm gonna tell you this though, bro.
Yeah.
Paramount. Like, here's the thing: if Netflix would have got this deal, the same deal as Paramount, nobody could touch them.
Yeah, they've been untouchable, 100%.
But since
Because
Paramount
Discovery,
got
I
this
don't
deal,
think I
mhm,
don't think people realize how big Discovery is. Discovery Channel is not only informative, people love for their kids to learn, so kids are watching it, and it's worldwide. It's not just, oh, this is just an American thing, or oh, it's just a Canadian thing. The Discovery Channel is worldwide. Netflix
yeah,
did. You're 100% correct. Because I don't even have cable, but I have Netflix.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 100% correct. Netflix ended cable because I can't tell you the last time I had cable.
My parents still do, but I don't have it.
I mean, your parents older. Same with my mom. My mom still got cable, but once again, I don't watch cable.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
say
point to
this.
have it.
I'm gonna say this, Jay. The only reason why you would even have cable is to watch NFL or NBA games. That's the only time we would watch cable or
Yeah.
some old net catfish shows or something. But besides that, we don't need it. I'm gonna ask you this. So,
And at that point, I might as well get the NBA League Pass and watch it on the phone.
yeah, I'm gonna
NBA
say
League
this.
Pass is what, $50 for 6 months or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, and it's cheaper than cable. Same thing. We might as well get
Mm-hmm.
NFL end zone at that point, right?
Yep.
So yeah, cable's done because Netflix. We watch more Netflix than cable. I'm gonna say this: if Paramount, here's my thing, right, Jay? If Paramount can start pumping out good movies, because they now have these studios, right? They can start pumping out good movies and series, man, they could be a big competitor to Netflix, because Netflix didn't really have too many competitors. Like, they had HBO really wasn't really doing so much. They had a few good shows that people liked, but
they have more better shows, movies. Like all their original movies, out of you get one good one every 10. So HBO original films weren't that great. They had some good shows, but I mean, Netflix got some good shows and movies.
Yes.
Someone tried to argue that when you put out 45 movies in a year, at least 3 of them are going to be good. It's like, yeah, obviously quality over quantity, but at the same time, if I'm putting out 45 movies a year and you're putting out 3 a year and all of your 3 suck, it's hard,
And series. They're putting out a whole bunch of series that are hot. The Lincoln Lawyer, everybody's talking about that. When you said you liked the first season, you on season 2 yet?
Yeah.
See?
I'm on season 3.
Oh man, you might be catching up to me. I haven't finished season 4. I'm gonna say there's another streaming service that I have. What was it?
Peacock.
Peacock. Peacock is good, but I don't think Peacock will be able to overtake Paramount, after this, because I think it's gonna be.
Don't Peacock have NBC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their saving grace. Honestly, they have NBC. If you take NBC from Peacock, how many people would really have Peacock?
Because you can watch football games on there. So, and you can watch some basketball. So I'm gonna say they have
NBC.
They have Twisted Metal. I really like Twisted Metal, but I can't really name too many series that I like. They have Bel Air, but like I said, I think it's going to be this: Netflix, Paramount Plus, and then Peacock and everybody else.
The only person that I think could rival them, but they choose not to, is Amazon. Amazon has a large catalog of films and shows, but some of their better ones, some of the classics, they make you try to rent or buy it. I just don't believe in renting a movie on my TV. Like, if I'm renting, I'm gonna do an old school Blockbuster style. Let me go get it from like a red box. Speaking of red, when the last time you seen a red box?
I see it.
Do they still exist?
Yes, I see it all the time.
They still exist? Okay, I didn't know they still exist.
Hey Jay, I see it all the time when I go to Winn Dixie.
We used to go rent games from Redbox and never return them.
Y'all the reason why they shut down, bro. Well, I seen a red box, but it wasn't open. If you get what I'm saying, I see the actual red box, but
it wasn't what?
It wasn't. It's not in use. You can see his red box.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that was a big thing.
Yeah,
it was like no more Blockbuster. We got Redbox. People was really in the Redbox. Now I can't tell you I'm not even heard Redbox mentioned. But yeah, so I think that's the only thing with Amazon, because they do have a lot of options. They have a large catalog. But I don't want to rent this movie that I'm gonna watch one time. And they usually give you, I want to say $40 to rent it. I'm gonna watch it once. I'm not gonna pay $4 to watch this movie once. It's almost like I'm forced to watch it more than once to feel like I got my money's worth. The $4 to rent it for 2 days.
I agree, man. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, what if I'm gonna pay, at least charge me $10 to let me own it, let me watch it whenever I want to watch it, type of thing, right?
Yeah. But you know how that's gonna go, right? You're gonna buy it and own it, right? And then after you buy a couple movies, oh, your space is getting filled. You only gonna have 10 movies. You have to upgrade your space to have more movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm curious to see how this goes, because I see nothing but it going up. Because I'm gonna say this: if you're Paramount, right, and you talk about Marvel, because Disney has Marvel, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Disney owns. So you probably could see,
okay. So that's what keeps Disney.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. Once again, y'all, I'm not a superhero movie person. So
yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So you probably have seen a Disney-owned movie recently.
Yeah, of course.
Disney Channel movie. I was
Yeah.
speaking in terms of Disney Channel, but you knew they owned Marvel at the time, so
Yes.
But I didn't know that. So that's what's keeping Disney relevant to Marvel movies. Okay.
Yes, all the Spider-Man are coming out with new Spider-Mans and Avengers and all that stuff. But we're gonna that'll be something we talk about later. But I'll say if Paramount can come out with good DC films, because I heard that is a possibility James Gunn might retire, who's a huge director. He was part of Marvel at one point, but he's a huge director with DC. He was making the DC movies better. If it's true that he's retiring, boy, they might be in some trouble, boy. Because you need somebody who can direct things really well in order to compete with Disney, with Marvel. Because let's just call it what it is. Like you were saying, I remember you were saying one episode that they keep putting out the same superhero movies, Batman, Superman, and they keep restarting it with Sony and with all that whole situation. But we keep talking about how they keep putting out the same movies. And Sony has a partnership.
And we're also
with
changing who's playing the superhero. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that either. Like, I have a personal thing. I don't want to see anyone play more than one superhero. Like, I don't want to see. I'm gonna make this up, but let's say who's some random person. Let's say Samuel L. Jackson played Batman, right?
Mhm.
I don't want to see Samuel L. Jackson 6 movies later playing Iron Man. Like, I
Let me
don't
ask
want
you
to see
this.
that back and forth.
Can you see somebody play a superhero and down the line they kill off the superhero and they play the villain? Because that's
I
happening
mean, that's
with Robert
different. I know
Downey
they're doing that
Jr.
with they're doing that with Robert Downey Jr. because he's gonna be Mr. Doom, Dr. Doom, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's different, and that shows some type of creative lineage. But don't have him play like what's the dude name? I don't like him as an actor. I can't think of his name.
The dude
but
who
he
played
the Green
Ant-Man?
Lantern, and it was a horrible film. No,
Oh, okay. I get what you. I know. I know he's
Green
talking.
Lantern. And it was a horrible film. And then he came back as what's his name? Deadpool.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking
it's
about.
like, so yeah, I don't like seeing multiple people play different superheroes.
Let's just call it what it is. They need to come out with a static shot film. Nobody has put that film out. Come out with something different, right? Like all of the 90s kids would flock to that movie if they can make it good.
If I can't play static, I would love to see it be Caleb McLaughlin. He played Lucas. Obviously, Jaden Smith. I kind of personally, I want to see Jaden Smith play Spider-Man. I want to see him play Miles. I think Jaden will be a great Miles Morales. Okay. But yeah, either one of them two could play static. I think I'll prefer Caleb static and Jaden for Miles.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Okay.
Hey, you might get an invite to a shooting. We get big enough. Hey, I'll be there. But I'm gonna say I think this is gonna be interesting. We will definitely keep y'all updated with more information coming on regarding this one.